Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. How's it going? um yeah, so I didn't stream on Monday. I'm having trouble being able to stream. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, I think, today. Cuz now that things have kind of calmed down in my life relatively, I feel like I can talk about it. Um but yeah, so I didn't stream on Monday because I had stuff going on this week. um, but we're back streaming, and yeah, so we're gonna be introducing, as you can see from the title, Bo and Gold, who are two characters from my book. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna have some fun. So last time we actually wrote a story with Gold in it. Not Gold, Bo. Bo was in it, but we didn't actually like all he did was kind of just like he was just kind of there. He wasn't a real part of the story except for what was on Patreon. Um, and even then, it was very minimal. So we're gonna do some more like Bo is gonna be the main character for this story, and Gold's gonna kind of like also kind of be there. I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna come into it, but we have a new set of characters from Your Embers that are going to show up today. Um, but I kind of during today we're gonna end up like talking a little bit. I want to catch up, let you know what's been going on with me and why I haven't been streaming very much, because as you remember, I was streaming twice a week consistently for a while, and then all of a sudden it was like I'm barely streaming at all. We're getting like one a week if we're lucky. Um, but there were several weeks where I didn't stream at all. So I want to talk about that a little bit, but we may do that like as we're writing, rather than on the starting soon screen. Um, but yeah, we'll talk a little bit. We'll talk a little bit. There is some stuff that I'm still not going to talk about right now because it still hurts a lot. It's still very stressful. But yeah, it's gonna be a good stream. We're gonna have fun. Um, there's just been a lot going on. Lots happening. Lots happening. It's okay. um, but yeah, I hope your day's been going well. I hope your day, anybody who's here at any point during the stream and after, I hope your day's going well. Oh, how do I say your name? Hello. um, is it okay if I call you Faz or Phase? Because I'm not sure how to say your name. But welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Um, hope your day is going well. Just Phase. Okay, awesome. How's your day going? How's your day going? You having a good day? We're doing some writing today. We're gonna switch to that screen now, actually. Ah, why are there so many? What is this? Okay. My day's been going pretty well. It's barely started. I've been up for like an hour and a half. Um, I was trying to sleep in late today, but I mean, I slept an extra hour, so it's all good. um, okay, so this one shot, as you can see from the prompt, is Bo waking up without his memories. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this one now because the book's not coming out until like the end of the year. Because that's just how timing works. But I felt like it was good to kind of like introduce this concept and then let you guys try to figure out where it is in the timeline. um, but yeah, as you can see, we have a bow centered story today, and as you can see from the title, gold's gonna show up at some point. Um, so essentially, Bo's gonna wake up without his memories, and it'll be great. It'll be great. My streamer brain is already kicking in. It's so much fun, guys. We love how as soon as the start streaming button is clicked, um, brain goes out the window. You guessing Bo is the main character? Um, well, I've done a lot of one shots with several different characters. Like I'm trying to go through the entire list of characters, so I don't think at this point anybody knows who the main character is. Am I doing fanfic for my own story? I mean, not exactly. It's like, um, it's canon. Like all of the one shots I'm doing are canon for the story. Um, I'm just not gonna tell you the timeline of them. Also, hello, Kitsune Maya. Hello, hello. If this is going to be a book, you may buy it. It is going to be a book. I do have a book coming out. It's called Your Embers. For like more in-depth updates about how that's going, I do have a Patreon, but it's not coming out until the end of the year or early next year, just because of how timelines work. Because my friend Katie, who is doing the cover art, is not able to work on it until the summer, and so we have to start working on it like when she's on break from school. And then I want to put it on pre-order for a few months, so we'll just see when that ends up happening. Hello, hello, K-Pope. Hello. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I hope your day is going well. You're making a little romance story? Ooh, we love romance stories. I have a hard time writing them, but I used to love writing romance stories. It was so much fun. I realized that I write my characters extremely gay. It's very gay. Hello, hello, Hal. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Like my main characters for my story are like so gay, and I didn't intend for that. It's about two boys who met because of their siblings. Ah, nice. Is it realistic fiction? Or is it fantasy? Most of the stuff you make is gay too. We love gay stories, guys. We love gay stories. They're so much fun. Bo as a default name. I mean, Bo's just the name I came up for him. I don't know. So something you'll notice when you read the book, or you may notice, is that so Your Embers is based on, it's not based on, it's inspired by Your Embers at My Fingertips, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, it's the fan fiction I made. And so it's like the first book is inspired by that fan fiction. So you may notice some similarities between the characters in my book and the Minecraft people from the Life series. So Bo was kind of like inspired by B-Dub's name. I'll just say that. You're a lesbian yourself. I don't know what I am. I gotta be honest. I know I'm agender, who also uses male pronouns because that's easier for people. But I don't identify with a binary gender, and I don't know what my sexuality is because it's all over the place. But I like, women are pretty. I fully acknowledge that women are very pretty. You identify as she, they. Nice. Yeah, we can throw pronouns around in the chat if we want to. That's always fun. Yeah, my pronouns are they them. Nice. um yeah, my character's pronouns. I have a lot of like So I have a lot of like she, they, he, they people, like demi boy, demi girl people in my book, but because it's really confusing to switch between genders for characters in a book, like it gets very confusing for the reader. They all have only one set of pronouns. I will be honest, Phase, I don't know how to say that. You know, card sexual? Is that how you say that? You know, card asexual. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that means. um. Oh, Uno card asexual. Nice. Love that. Nice. I tend to be like on the arrow ace kind of line of the world. Um, I don't generally feel attraction to anybody, but sometimes I do, but it doesn't happen very much. And when I do, it's usually women. You know, reverse. um, yeah. We're having fun. It's great. Yeah, so essentially my idea for this one shot is, so obviously Bo wakes up without his memories, and so it's kind of like he kind of wakes up in a clearing. It's basically, it's very similar to the beginning of the Life series, where they wake up in a clearing and they're in a circle around each other, but this time they don't have their memories. They have no idea who each other are. They don't know where they are. They don't know what's going on, but somehow they know that first thing, gather resources, set up a base, and maybe some fun things happen during that time, you know? You're that type of person who smashes or passes random people. Shadow hasn't abandoned me yet, guys. That's a first. She usually abandons me really early on in the stream. Shadow's my dog, for anyone who doesn't know. She's hanging out. She's on her bed next to me. Usually she's like, oh, you're streaming? I'm out. Pride flags. We love the pride flags. um, so yeah, one thing I wanted to do today, like while we're writing, or like now, is kind of like talk about where I've been and why it's been very random streams, not very consistent like they were before. And essentially the main part of it is I have a chronic illness, and that makes it a little bit hard to function, and it's been causing me a lot of stress. And I had a cancer scare recently where I thought I might have cancer. And so it was very stressful. I don't have cancer, as far as I'm aware. I had an ultrasound and they said that there's nothing abnormal, so we're good on that. But I have I'm at a higher risk of developing cancer, so it was really stressful and really scary. And so I wasn't able to focus on much of anything for several weeks. And that's why I kind of like, there were several weeks where I just stopped streaming. I just didn't. I was basically, the only thing I did online was post the the cozy corners every day, and that's all I did, like content wise. I posted on Patreon, and I posted the cozy corners, and I really wasn't able to do anything else. So I wasn't like creating at all for several weeks, and sometimes I would, I would do a stream a week, and I would be able to do that, and then I would just be in so much pain or so stressed out or both that I wasn't able to function very well. Now that I know that I don't have cancer, I'm having a breast MRI anyway, because I'm at a higher risk for it, but I don't have breast cancer as far as the ultrasound told us. But it was like high stress in my entire family for a little while. Uh um but I'm okay. So I think I'll be able to get back into streaming more regularly again. For instance, I've scheduled my monthly Patreon stream for next Saturday. So I won't be streaming here next Saturday, but I'll be streaming there, kind of like going into my process with planning characters, planning worlds, planning stories, and then writing one. And so I think that'll be okay. I think that'll be fun. And if anybody's interested in seeing that, you're welcome to visit my Patreon. It's for all 3 tiers. Praying for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But anyway, so that's where I've been. I'm feeling better. I've been able to do more things recently. My pain has been not great because of my fibromyalgia, but I've been okay. I've been functioning, and I've been training Shadow how to help me stabilize, how to help me balance when I start feeling weak. So that's been helping a lot too. But I've been good. So now we're hopefully gonna get back into streaming more regularly, and doing more work on the book, because right now I'm in the editing phase of Your Embers and the writing phase of the second book. I'm over halfway done with the second book, and I'm editing the first one. So we're getting through it. We're getting through it. It's gonna be fun. Also, for anyone interested, I do post like extra one-shots for Patreon, where it's like backstories for the characters, and I do post sneak peeks for the 3rd tier. Let me see if this command is working now. Yeah, there you go. So if you're interested in kind of like extra stuff with my book and updates and whatnot, I post some extra stuff on Patreon, and you're welcome to visit it. And even if you don't subscribe to a tier, just, you can just look at it if you want to. It's totally up to you. No pressure at all. But if you're interested in learning more about my book, seeing more things about the characters, and getting some advice from my experience with writing, and sneak peeks for the book and the streams and all of that, like, you're totally welcome to visit that link. But anyway, let's get into writing now, because it's been over 20 minutes and we haven't written anything yet. Okay. And of course, as soon as I'm like, yeah, let's write, my vision starts blurring. This is great. Love this for me. I took my medication to stop this happening. The warmth of the sun beams down on Bo's dark skin. And the songs and the birds' songs chirp peacefully through the cool forest breeze. Okay. What do you have to say? Okay. Sometimes Grammarly has good suggestions, and sometimes I don't like it. So, you know, there we go. The warmth of the sun beams down on Beau's dark skin, and the birds' songs chirp peacefully through the cool forest breeze. Okay. Groans of others wake. I don't know. Oh, his eyes. Oh. Beau opens his eyes. The sun. Vision. Pain. I'm doing the thing again where I'm staring at the OBS screen to write instead of my monitor. It happens every time. Every time I'm writing, I'm watching the OBS screen instead of like my main monitor. I don't know why this happens. Okay. Beau opens his eyes, the sun piercing his vision painfully, and looks around the clearing. The 13 others stumbling. This is hard to do when your vision is dancing. Would not recommend. Beau opens his eyes, the sun piercing his vision painfully, and looks around the clearing at the 13 others, stumbling to keep their balance. Oh, I have an idea. I can introduce all of the other characters to you now by describing what they look like. What do we think about that? That could be fun. Maybe not give you their names yet. Yeah. We're slowly going through the list. Slowly. Let me actually... Who have I introduced to you so far, out of curiosity? We've got A, River, and Blaze. Or actually, Blaze is for Patreon. We got A and River in one. We've got Cedric and Sky. We got Cedric and Sky in the other. And then we've got Day, Blaze, and then a couple others got introduced for Patreon. Yeah, so we're slowly going through the list. A lot more have been introduced on Patreon. Because the stories don't do so well on AO3. Because they're original works and nobody's looking for them. So I've been posting them to Patreon more often than AO3. But some of them are on AO3. And I have a bunch of Minecraft fanfictions on AO3. Black dots. Dance in my almost. I almost wrote B-dubs. That is not the same character. Black dots dance in front of Beau. Black dots dance in front of Beau. Kitsune Maya, thank you for following. Thank you, thank you. Black dots dance in front of bow. What? How do I do? I've already got piercing and painful, and black dots. I've already got eyes and vision. This is a problem. Bow. Dance in front of bows. Well, it's fine. I'll fix it later. I'll think of something. It's a placeholder. It's fine. In front of those eyes. I will say I've gotten better at writing live, but it is difficult, you know? Like it's I think doing anything live is not as easy as like professional streamers make it look. You have to get good at it. Difficult how, if you may ask? Because it's difficult because my brain is focused on like talking and being entertaining as well as coming up with a cohesive story. So like when I'm writing by myself, I have music playing. Like I have music blaring in my ears, not like deafeningly loud, but enough to like block out any other sound. And I'm completely focused on making a story with the right words, the right language, like all of that. But when I'm streaming, I have to focus on talking at the same time. Yeah, multitasking. Exactly. It's just something you have to practice at. I've gotten better at it. Like when I first started, I had such a problem with it, but I've gotten better. It's just hard sometimes. Especially because streamer brain just like shuts off everything when you press start streaming. Black dots dance in front of Bo's eyes, blocking out parts of the scene before him. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to what Grammarly wants us to do. Raises his hand above his brows to hide the sun. He raises his hand above his brows to hide the sun, and only then can he get a good look at those around him. Feels like he should know them. He feels like they're friends, but he can't recall them. Okay. Feels... No, we'll leave that. Oh my goodness, my vision is just completely doubled. Oh my gosh. How about we talk for a second, guys? While my vision calms the hell down. I swear, I took medication for this before this stream. It should not be doing this to me. Okay, it's starting to calm down. The warmth of the sun beams down on Bo's dark skin, and the birds' songs chirp peacefully through the cool forest breeze. Bo opens his eyes, the sun piercing his vision painfully, and looks around the clearing at the 13 others stumbling to keep their balance. Black dots dance in front of Bo's eyes, blocking out parts of the scene before him. He raises his hand above his brows to hide the sun, and only then can he get a good look at those around him. He feels like he should know them. They're friends, but he can't recall them. I like that. That's pretty good. Okay, how do we feel about describing the 13? Like, do we describe them, or do we wait to describe them until it's like their one shot? Because I could describe them now, um, but we could also wait until they have their own one shot. Because if we describe them, there's 13 of them, right? So it could get a little long. I mean, I'm trying to think. There's 13, right? So maybe we don't describe them now. Because he's gonna show, like, he's gonna end up being around. Who did he be around? I should have looked at this. Well, I did look at this. I looked at it yesterday. I just don't remember. Oh, goodness. Okay, it was in this chapter. No, it wasn't. Okay, it was Cedric and Oak. Awesome. Okay, so we'll end up describing Bo, Cedric, Oak, and Gold today because the four of them ended up hanging out for a second. Blocking parts of, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Every time I write in front of, it wants me to change it to before. But if I say before too much, it starts getting choppy, you know what I mean? We don't want too many befores. And I don't want to remove that phrase, actually. Okay, so I have Grammarly because sometimes Grammarly is correct. Like, a lot of the time, Grammarly gives me an idea of what I need to fix. I've been doing a lot of editing, so it's been very helpful. But sometimes it's like, you should rewrite this. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't. No, I actually like this the way that it is. Thank you very much. That's the problem with, like, getting AI to edit a creative story. Sometimes it's just wrong because you're trying to write it a certain way. Because, like, sometimes for creative writing, right, you, like, when it's a suspenseful moment, sometimes your sentences are really short and they, like, cut up in the middle because you're trying to create suspense. You're trying to show that it's a, like, it's an intense moment. So sometimes you want things to be choppy and you want things to not be the way that AI wants it to be. But a lot of the time, it at least gives you an idea of what could be better. You know what I mean? Okay. Only one of them disorientated. A man with sky blue eyes, light brown fringe. A man with light brown fringe falling around sky blue eyes. A man with light brown fringe and falling around sad sky blue eyes. Size. Okay, let's actually put that in the same one. And then have this be the beginning of the paragraph because do this more easily. Let's go. Actually, let me just check this for reference. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. Checking to make sure. Checking. And I'll check this again off stream to make sure it's still correct. Okay. Awesome. Wow. That another word. Almost like they're running on pure instinct. Everyone in the clear turns around and walks into the forest. Are they certain this is the necessary course of action? Bo doesn't know. Why are they certain this is the necessary course of action? Bo doesn't know, but he's not going to contest it. Okay. A man with light brown fringe falling around sad sky blue eyes sighs. Alright guys, let's go. Without another word, almost like they're running on pure instinct, everyone in the clearing turns around and walks into the forest. Why are they certain this is the necessary course of action? Bo doesn't know, but he's not going to contest it. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. Not me patting myself on the back. It's good. You want to write stuff, you want to create stuff and then be like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Bro, when I first started getting into writing again, so I've been writing since I was like 6 years old. I would write I've talked about this before. I would write little books for my Barbie dolls. I loved it so much. Like my dad made these tiny little books. And I would write stories in them, and then we would give them to our Barbie dolls to read to the tiny Barbie doll children. It was so good. And so I've been writing for a really long time, but there have been periods where I didn't write at all. And I'll be honest, those are the periods that I was the most depressed out of my life. And then when I first started getting into Minecraft, SMPs, I was 2.5 years ago, I started writing fan fiction, and I was at a period where I hated everything that I wrote, but I posted it anyway. And even with Connected, which is the book I wrote, that I published a year ago in February, I really didn't like it. I liked it for a while, and I don't like it anymore, so I'm going to rewrite it when I'm finished with this trilogy. But I love being at a point where I can write something and go, yeah, I like that, that's good. Because there was so long where every time I would write something, I would be unable to read it again because I hated it so much. But now when I write something, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm proud of that. Maybe it doesn't always stay that way. As time moves on and you write more, and so you get better at it, and then it's oh, I could do that better now, so I don't like it as much anymore. But it's so important to be able to write something and then read it back and go, yeah, I'm proud of that. And it's so difficult to get to that point. At least it was for me. It took me until I was 19 to be able to get to that point. No, I think it took me until this past year. It took me until I wrote Your Embers at my fingertips, or maybe a little bit before that. I think it was a year ago that I was able to be yeah, I'm proud of what I wrote. And that's so sad when you think about it, but it's really nice that I got to that point. And for anybody who is a creative spirit, I hope you get to that point too. It's such an amazing thing to get to that point and be able to be proud of what you made. Okay. Moving on. I almost wrote a different name. It's just casually like, Leo. Nope. Nope. This is not about Leo. That's a different thing. I did write a one-shot for Leo. I think that's on Patreon. That was like the first backstory one-shot I did. It was fun. Just casually almost died. We love that. So... gathering resources is the most important objective objective for the beginning of this new world. Gathering resources is the most important objective for this new world. Reach around behind. No, you know what? I am gonna make this its own paragraph. That's another thing, is like sometimes you don't know what needs to be its own paragraph until you like started writing it and you're like, yeah, that needs to be its own thing. Reaching around behind him. As he reaches ground behind him, closed hand rubs against the coarse fabric of a dark blue backpack. He pulls it off his shoulders. And unzips the top to reveal a surprisingly wide expanse within. A sword, pickaxe, an axe. What was it? Hold on. It's been so long since I wrote what is in these stupid backpacks. Okay, an axe, a pickaxe, a sword, a shovel, an empty water skin in a box. Pickaxe, a shovel, and an empty water skin. So, you guys may or may not be getting some information into the beginning of this book, and I will not say what is at the beginning of this book and what isn't. It's fine. You don't need to worry about it. A sword, a pickaxe, an axe, a shovel, an empty water skin, and a box. Oh. Pulls the sword out and slides it into a what is the word? Into a, I guess, holster on his hip. That's not the right word. That's not the right word for it. Hip belt. Hip belt works. Into a hip belt. Into a hip belt. Hip belt on his waist. Let me just tell you, writing when your vision is somewhat doubled is just not the best idea. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just like, I would not recommend it, but it's fine. We're having fun. We're doing it. It's all good. Oh, I thought Shadow was abandoning me. She got up and turned around and was like, oh, she's leaving. Shadow and I had a terrifying moment the other day. I was trimming one of her nails and I accidentally trimmed it too short and it started bleeding and I was like, oh my god. I felt so bad. I went into like parent mode where I was like, it's okay, it's okay. Like I didn't feel any panic at all. I just felt so bad. I was like, oh, my poor baby. My poor little girl. But she's okay. She wasn't upset with me. I couldn't find cornstarch for so long, and I was like, ah. Okay. First chopping down trees. First things first. Do we do that? First things first. Chopping down trees. That's not what I want to do. Okay. First things first. Chopping down trees. What? No, I will not complete this sentence. Actually, this sentence is as complete as it's going to get. For the next couple of hours, Bo chops down all the as many trees as his arms will allow him, gathering the branches and apples to place in the how to describe this? Gathering the branches and apples to place in the backpack never seems to grow heavier regardless of what he places inside. Bo chops down as many trees as his arms allow him. After the fifth tree, chatter voices echo through the forest. Chattering voices. There we go. I wanted to use chatter. Chattering voices echo through the forest. From people nearby. After the fifth tree, chattering voices echo through the forest from people nearby. Bo stops collecting apples from the last tree he had. Collecting apples from the ground and heads in that direction. Loud voice laughs. Nope, I want this to be the same paragraph actually. I changed my mind. a loud voice laughs. Okay. Now we have to come up with a conversation. Okay. Okay. What kind of conversation are we thinking, guys? A loud voice laughs. Oh, my brain. Loud voice laughs. Ah, what? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Okay, this is Cedric. This is Cedric talking initially. Oh no. So they don't. So here's the thing: they don't have their memories, right? So like, what are they talking about if they don't know each other? They have no idea who each other are. Oh my goodness. And you may not know who they are either. So you lurk a bit, have a party. I have to go to a party, so I have to get ready. Hey Nini, that's all good. I hope you have fun at the party. We're trying to figure out what Cedric's laughing about. A loud voice laughs. Oh my gosh. No way, cats love me. I'll show you. A softer, another softer voice response, chuckles. I believe you, but the cat we saw earlier is massive. His teeth could rip you in two with one bite. Okay, I believe you, but the cat we saw earlier is massive. His teeth could rip you in two in one bite. Oh my gosh. You guys may want to remember this one shot for when the book comes out. I'm just saying. It'll be I'm posting it to Patreon like the day after it's done, so probably tomorrow. If you're interested, it'll be there, and the entire. So basically, what I tend to do is I write the majority of the one shot on stream, and then leave like the ending for Patreon. So just to have like a little extra thing for Patreon subscribers. But it'll all be saved on there, so whenever, if you're ever interested, you'll be able to read all of the one-shots that I've done for both backstories and Twitch. They'll be there. It'll be great. Oh my god, Cedric. I love Cedric. Cedric's one of my favorite characters. He's one of my himbos. Cedric is my favorite himbo. But I don't understand why you put yourself in this early on in whatever this is a calmer, more monotone adds because I need a friend. I relate to this. I relate to this. We need friends. And my best friends are an orange and white cat named Jasper and a black dog named Shadow. They are my soulmates. Nobody else can compare to them. I love Cedric so much. Oh my god. I have a lot of so basically there's a lot of characters in this book, right? I have there are several that I just love. I love Cedric. I love basically my favorite characters are Blaze, Oak, and Cedric, I think. That's so cute. Yeah. Nini and I love Cedric, right, Nini? We love Cedric. Or at least you love Skedrick. I don't know who your preference is out of the characters you've seen so far, but I love Cedric. And Nini is partial to Skedrick, which is Sky and Cedric's ship name. Oh, that's a space. I accidentally drew a space there. Yeah. Sky could be your favorite, but yeah, Skedrick, love it. Sky's a good character too. I have a lot of love for Sky. Even though he's stupid. He's stupid for reasons nobody's gonna know for 2 years. For 2.5 years, nobody's gonna know why he's stupid. It's great. Yeah. I don't know how to explain to you how much I love this story, guys. I think it's my favorite project that I've ever worked on. Bo pokes his head out of the tree line and grins wider than most people's faces. Go. Grins wider than most people's faces can. Okay, hey y'all. Within a small patch of grass, within a small clearing in front of a cave entrance, there are 3 people. Banging pickaxes on stone and coal. One has brown hair, green eyes, and a hat made of leaves. The one book first. The third. The second. I need reference for how they look because there's too many characters. There's too many of them. Okay. The second has shaggy brown. What? Why they look so similar? Forest, green eyes. With brown hair down to his shoulders. A shaggy brown hair. Brown hair. Shaggy brown hair. Emerald. Ooh, what was that? KH Pun. Thank you for following. I am not sure how to say your name, but thank you for following. Welcome, welcome. Please tell me how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Emerald, green eyes. And the third. Hello, hello. How's your day going? Hope it's going well. The third is much more mysterious. The third is much more mysterious with dark hair, and skin, a red mechanical eye, a mask covering the lower half of their face, and a metal arm. Bo knows them. Bo knows them. Bo knows they're important. But you can't place how. It's going well. How about you? It's been good. What? It's been good. We're just hanging out. We're hanging out. We're writing a one shot for some characters for my book, and it's been going well. You're so sad you couldn't join the last room. I know you were missed, Nini. I hope things have been going well. Oh my gosh, this. Okay, so next Saturday for the Patreon live stream, we have to talk about Sky's one shot. We have to talk about Sky's one shot. The last one shot that I posted had lore. Oh, it was so much fun. Is that for homework or something? No. It is for fun. I'm writing a book. And so on Twitch, we write one shots for the characters, and they get posted to Patreon. So today we're writing a one shot for Bo. As you can see, it's fun. We're having fun. I love writing my characters. They're my babies. We are kind of getting to the point where I'm not sure how much longer this one shot's gonna go. I don't know how much longer I want it to go, because it could go quite a long time, to be fair. The question is, where do I want to stop it? How much do I want to... I think I kind of know. I think I kind of know where I want it to go. Honestly, we could end it now, to be fair. How long have I been writing? I've been writing stories since I was very young, like probably like 6. I would write one shot. I would write stories for my Barbie dolls. My dad made these like little homemade, like tiny books, and I would write stories in them. And so I've been writing since then, essentially. Like there have been periods where I don't write for a while, like months or years. And then when I was 18, I started writing again for Minecraft, and since then, I've been writing consistently. And last stream was the day one, right? I like that one and actually didn't see the ending coming. Yes, it was the day one, and there was a tiny little follow up on the 3rd tier for Patreon because it was a sneak peek for the book, and so that was a lot of fun. I loved posting that. Oh, it was so good. Okay, guys, you know how I love revenge arcs, right? Like we all know that I love revenge arcs. So I got to post a revenge arc on Patreon the other day. That was so much fun. That's cool. Thank you. Writing is like has always been my creative medium. It's like I'm not very good at art. I know if I worked at it, I could. And Oak was in there too, and Blaze our firehead. Yes. Yes. Oh, so it was so good. I love Blaze. I love them. So my favorite characters, and I think we've met all of them in some capacity, is Blaze, Cedric, and Oak. Those are my 3 favorites. And I think I've written stuff for all of them. And Skedrick is the #1 ship. Nini started the Skedrick train, and now we're going. You're still curious for Oak? Yes. Oh, I love them. So we get some more answers about them in the 2nd book, which I'm really excited about because I did like a lot of like suspense and mystery around Etho for Your Embers at My Fingertips, but because I never did a sequel, I never like got to talk about them and or him and what his thing is. But with Oak, who has like a semi-similar kind of backstory like deal as Etho did, because I'm doing an entire trilogy for this story, we're having some more in-depth kind of information about them as the story goes on. You often have trouble writing essays for class. Yes. Oh my gosh. Essays are a whole other situation, I think. I do specifically creative writing. I do fantasy stuff. That's what I do. I was good. I could do essays, right? Like essays were like I usually got good grades on essays, but essays are a whole other situation, and I did not like them. The only one I liked was persuasive essays because that literally is just like pick a side and talk about why you think it's the correct side. And that's pretty, I felt like that was pretty easy to do, but like the ones where you have to get information and do research, that was always difficult for me. But creative writing is where it's at for me. You know, real American or English person different. Yeah. That will definitely make it harder. Because grammar is already difficult for someone who is a native English speaker. I'll just say from my experience. So I can imagine how difficult it would be for someone who isn't a native speaker. Because I'm learning German, and I'm finding that just the same thing because it's a different language, and so when you're not a native speaker, it just makes it a bit more difficult to understand grammar. Nini knows this better than anybody else. But guys, Shadow still hasn't abandoned me. She's still here. She hasn't left yet. You hope one day you'll be better. I'm sure you will. Like the more you practice at it, the more it'll make sense. You just have to keep working at it, and you know, it'll get a little easier every time you work at it. It's the same thing with like anything creative. You just keep working at it, and I talk about creative as an example a lot because that's what I do as like my job. Um, that's what I do for work is creative stuff. So, um, so like the more you work at anything, the better it'll get. Shadow, yes, still here. um, English can be confusing even for someone that grew up learning only English. Yeah, it definitely can. Where am I from? I honestly don't really talk about where I come from. Like I'll say I'm from the United States, but I don't really talk about like where, just because I don't like to give out like location stuff on the internet. Okay. Within a small clearing in front of a cave entrance, there are three people banging pickaxes. You know, if I'm doing that. Chattering voices. And clinking of metal on stone. Echoes through the fort. What? Echo through. Okay. For the next couple of hours, Bo chops down as many trees as his arms will allow, gathering the branches and apples to place in the backpack. It never seems to grow heavier, regardless of what he places inside. After the fifth tree, chattering voices and clinking of metal on stone echo through the forest from people nearby. Bo stops collecting apples from the ground and heads in that direction. A loud voice laughs. No way! Cats love me. I'll show you. Another softer response chuckles. I believe you, but the cat we saw earlier is massive. His teeth could rip you in two with one bite. I don't understand why you would put yourself in danger this early on in whatever this is. A calmer, more monotone person adds. Because I need a friend, the first voice exclaims with a wide grin. Bo pokes his head out of the tree line and grins wider than most people's faces can. Hey, y'all! Within a small clearing in front of a cave entrance, there are three people banging pickaxes on stone and coal. The one who spoke first has brown hair down to his shoulders, forest green eyes, and a hat made of leaves. The second has shaggy brown hair and emerald green eyes. The third is more mysterious, with dark hair and skin, a red mechanical eye, a mask covering the lower half of his face, and a metal arm. Bo knows them. Bo knows they're important, but he can't place how. You're Thai and you need to improve your English skill. Do you have some advice? In the future you will work abroad. I would say when you're learning anything new, it really is just practicing. So even if it's just like a few minutes a day, practice writing something in English or saying something in English. Like, for example, I'm learning German, and even on the days where I can't do like a lot of practice, which isn't very often that I can, I do like a 5-minute lesson every day. I use Duolingo. I don't know if you would be interested in trying that, but it can help with grammar and learning the language. So if you feel like you could do that, I would recommend that as an option. There are also classes you could take online. We need friends. Yes, we always need friends. We need giant cats to protect us. How's it go with German? Like how's it going with German? It's getting better. I'm learning the words and the grammar better now. It's still very rare that I actually like talk German to people, like speak German. But sometimes I send Katie messages in German and she goes, "Wow." and then corrects me. So, but, and sometimes I like, if I don't know what something, like, there was one time, so there's a word that I always forget. And so at one point I sent her a screenshot and I was like, I literally can't figure out what this is trying to say. And so sometimes she helps me with that. Most of the time I just do like lessons on Duolingo and speak it out loud. So I think I'm getting better, but it's still, you know, a while. You mostly watch foreign movie and content creators. That's also a very good option. I should probably start doing that more. But yeah, that's also a very good option. What is the content of the channel? We do writing for fan fiction and my book. So yeah, we mostly do writing and chatting. Sometimes we do Minecraft. Okay. The man with the what time in my country? It is 11:21 in the morning. The man with the leaf hat, great, waving his muscular arm, waving his muscular, waving. The mysterious, well, we'll say masked. The masked person. The masked person. What? That needs to be a capital T. You have to Google what redacted means because even with translation, you do not know. Okay. Yeah. So essentially, redacted is like they took it off. You know, like when. Actually, let me. Do you know what it is now? Because otherwise, I can try to explain it or Google it myself and see if something comes up. The best example I can think of is when you have like an official document and they use like black ink to cover out the words. Okay, yeah, you found it. Okay, awesome. It's great. We love that. We love that one shot. I had a lot of fun with that one. I'm starting to write the writing blogs and one shots for the next month for Patreon. 100. Thank you for following. Welcome. I hope your day's going well. Have you ever heard about the... I really hope I don't. I don't know how to say that so like properly, so I'm not going to try. Festival in Thailand. I have not. What is it? I would love to learn about it. I cannot type, bro. Okay, it's fine. We're struggling, but it's okay. Raises an eyebrow, stare and stares at them for a moment. How? From a moment. For a moment. How do they know his name? It's meant to not being hyped to find out what it means with that sentence and then yeah, it was a good one shot. I had fun with that one. There's a lot of secrets happening. I realized like I've started dropping secrets now even though like it's not coming out for a while. So I need to like we're dropping secrets, but we're gonna be dropping them slowly. You played water because the weather in Thailand is very, very hot. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that sounds like fun. It's been getting warmer here. So, yeah, one thing about fibromyalgia, which is the chronic illness that I have, is I'm very sensitive to heat. So I don't go outside very much during the summer. As soon as it gets hot, I'm like, okay, I live inside now and I don't ever leave. Okay. Gold. You have to continue getting right. All right. I hope you have a fun time at your party, Nini. Famous gold. Guessing your gold. Gold asks, holding their hand out to both smiles and nods. Yep. Doing. Okay, now we're doing a skip, and that's actually where I'm gonna end it for writing on stream, because I'm gonna do like the ending and then post all of it on Patreon. So like, what I try to do on stream is end it at a point where it can be a full story and still be interesting to people that don't have you have to go to sleep in Thailand right now. It's 11 p.m. Oh yeah, go to sleep. Have a good night. Thank you for joining in on the stream. I hope you sleep well. Yeah, what I try to do on stream is write like a story that like a one shot that can be its own like enjoyable story, and then I finish it for Patreon later. So let's go ahead and read what we have, and then we will do something else, I guess. We'll figure out what else to do. Okay. The warmth of the sun beams down on Bo's dark skin, and the birds' songs chirp peacefully through the cool forest breeze. Bo opens his eyes, the sun piercing his vision painfully, and looks around the clearing at the 13 others stumbling to keep their balance. Black dots dance in front of Bo's eyes, blocking parts of the scene before him. He raises his hand above his brows to hide the sun, and only then can he get a good look at those around him. He feels like he should know them. They're friends, but he can't recall them. Only one of them doesn't appear disorientated. A man with light brown fringe falling around sad sky blue eyes sighs. All right, guys, let's go. Without another word, almost like they're running on pure instinct, everyone in the clearing turns around and walks into the forest. Why are they certain this is the necessary course of action? Bo doesn't know, but he's not going to contest it. Gathering resources is the most important objective for the beginning of this new world. As he reaches around behind him, Bo's hand rubs against the coarse fabric of a dark blue backpack. He pulls it off. That's an important clarification. He pulls it off his shoulders and unzips the top to reveal a surprisingly wide expanse within. A sword, a pickaxe, an axe, a shovel, an empty water skin, and a box. Bo pulls the sword out and slides it into a hip belt on his waist. First things first, chopping down trees. For the next couple of hours, Bo chops down as many trees as his arms will allow. As his arms will allow him, gathering the branches and apples to place in the backpack. It never seems to grow heavier, regardless of what he places inside. After the fifth tree, chattering voices and clinking of metal on stone echo through the forest from people nearby. Bo stops collecting apples from the ground and heads in that direction. A loud voice laughs, "No way! Cats love me. I'll show you." Another softer response chuckles, "I believe you, but the cat we saw earlier is massive. His teeth could rip you in two with one bite. I don't understand why you would put yourself in danger this early on in... I want to do that. In whatever this is." A calmer, more monotone person adds, "Because I need a friend," the first voice exclaims with a wide grin. Bo pokes his head out of the tree line and grins wider than most people's faces can. "Hey, y'all!" Within a small clearing in front of a cave entrance, there are three people banging pickaxes on stone and coal. The first who spoke has brown hair down to his shoulders, forest green eyes, and a hat made of leaves. The second has shaggy brown hair and emerald green eyes. The third is much more mysterious, with dark hair and skin, a red mechanical eye, a mask covering the lower half of their face, and a metal arm. Bo knows them. Bo knows they're important, but he can't place how. "Hey!" the man with the leaf hat greets, waving his muscular arm. "Hi, Bo." The masked person nods, crossing their arms over their chest. Bo raises an eyebrow and stares at them for a moment. How do they know his name? "Welcome. My name is Gold. I'm guessing you're Bo?" Gold asks, holding their hand out to Bo. Bo smiles and nods. "Yep. How are y'all doing?" Okay. So that's what we've got for that so far. We've streamed for an hour and a half. And let me look. What else can we do? The problem is, like, I come up with these one-shot ideas like the day before I stream. So, let me think. I've got snippets. We could choose, I don't know. I may end the stream early today. What I may need to start doing is come up with 2 one-shot ideas to do per stream, because it really only takes an hour and a half to write these. So yeah, next time we stream, I'll have 2 one-shot ideas to do, and we'll write 2 of them on stream. I think that'll be a good thing to do. There's a blackout to support Gaza on Monday, which is when I usually stream. So if I'm hoping to stream again on Tuesday. So we'll try to stream again on Tuesday. I think that'll be a good thing to do. I don't really want to stop streaming, though. Baconator, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to think. I think I may end up actually. Nice to meet you. You too. Maybe. Oh, I have an idea. Let me switch to this really quick. Let's do some Minecraft. I can show you my world. Well, I'm not leaving. We're not leaving. We're just. I'm gonna show you my world really quick. It'll be great. We'll have some fun. You like some Minecraft? Good. We like Minecraft here. I don't usually play Minecraft on stream because I like to do it by myself, but I can show you my world at least. We can do a tour. It'll be great. Just gotta wait for it to load. How's everybody's day going? You guys doing good? Let me actually, I need to change. It's pretty good. My day's been good. Let me... There we go. Now we have updated things. Okay, let me just wait for it to load and then we'll try to get to at least the 2-hour mark. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me run into my house. I'm very pleased with this house. It'll be great. Okay. My Minecraft username is the same as my Twitch username, but I usually play by myself. Okay. Welcome to my Minecraft world. This is my house. This is my house. I like to do the overgrown vibe. I'm pretty like far ahead. I haven't like defeated the dragon or anything yet, but let me I think it looks good. Thank you. I gotta fix this. Because you can't see my hotbar. Okay, it's being very strange. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Okay, this is not working. This is not working. I have to fix this when it's not dying. 2 years ago, used to be professional Minecraft builder. You'd like to build a house with me. That's very sweet, but I don't think so. Yeah, this is just not working, so I have to fix this later. But thank you guys for coming to the stream. We got the one shot done. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. And I will see you next time. Bye.